Everybody loves you the best in the videos. You gotta be in it. Good morning, everyone. It is a beautiful day, and we're going to spend a lot of it outside. We are taking a walk after breakfast because my work is settled down. I just had to check a file for an upcoming label. And yeah, we're taking a walk. We're going to pick up lunch, and then after lunch, we should be riding in the Jeep to Harper's Ferry and see what we get up to. What are we about to do?
We're about to drive in the Jeep.
We're gonna ride in the Jeep. Got part of it open. Does the whole top come off, or
Yeah.
are we doing just this front part? Okay.
It's
Hoist.
140 pounds.
And the pigs is in here. I don't know if you can see him. There he is. He's getting harnessed up so he does not climb all over the place. All right, you good? This will be my first time inside the Jeep, so I'm gonna get myself ready.
Yeah, basically like a bull float. The white one.
The floaty boats. Can you not parf on me? Everybody loves you the best in the videos. You gotta be in it. Yeah. know how much I've talked to you today because we didn't do quiet time. We had a little expedition trying out the Jeep. So yeah, let's go over the day. We got up, Sebastian woke me up at like 7:20 or something. My husband was in the shower and I was like, yeah, no. I got to sleep a little bit after 3, so that wasn't working for me. I needed 1 more hour, so I slept till just after 8 and then read the news for a little bit, got up and showered, and we headed down and had some breakfast, just like cereal and English muffins. Sebastian wanted oatmeal. After that, because I was just about done with my work, this batch of work, we grabbed the stroller and took a walk. Sebastian walked about 3/4 of a mile till we were just about at the high school, and then we stopped and picked up the lunch and then took a walk back. The whole thing took about an hour, and then by that time he was already hungry. He ended up eating an apple along the way, and we stopped and chatted for a little while. There was nobody coming to pick up until right at the end of our conversation, so we got to chat. We do miss our school bus friends, so it's nice to start to get to know somebody else. I don't know how long this is gonna last. If schools open up more and more, maybe they won't be doing this anymore, so we'll take it while we can. We got home and we ate. I actually had the pancakes that they gave us for tomorrow's breakfast because they never seem to want to have those. When we get a lot of them, then I do just fix it for them. They like it when I make a special strawberry syrup by cooking strawberry preserves with a little bit of maple syrup. But yeah, there was just 2, so I ate those. Sebastian tried, it was like nacho day, and he didn't know what it was. She was like, do you want the meat? Do you want the cheese? I guess he said no to the cheese, so it's just like a bowl of taco meat, and he said it was too spicy, so he didn't eat it. He ate the corn chips. I don't really know how much he ate. He had the apple and the corn chips, and yeah, I don't know. I think he had something else, I don't know. I cooked the dinner for Jax, which was cheesy breadsticks, but he was super behind on his schoolwork. He had a big day because I had put some makeup quizzes on today. I did shift all of his language arts off to Friday so that it wouldn't be too overwhelming because we were going to go out at around 2. But he didn't start his school until 10, even though he went downstairs at like just before 8. So yeah, he was doing schoolwork after dinner. But after lunch, we didn't have too much time to spare. I went to my computer to do backups because I knew my phone was going to start complaining that it was out of space, and it did. Right at dinner time, it was like, there's no space, even though by that point I had already cleared off all of the iMovie files that back up, so it was back down to a reasonable size backup, but it never forgets. If it gets up high, it's like, no, you can restart, you can redo this, but no, we're gonna say that it's too big. So I had to delete all the backups and turn it off and force quit out of iMovie and restart the phone and have it rescan for how much storage space, and then finally it let me back up. I was like, oh yeah, never mind, it's not 60 gigs, it's only 20. Thanks. The things I do to take videos on my phone. But yeah, I did that, and then it was time for me to pack up. I didn't know what all we were going to be getting up to. I found 15-year-old sneakers that I've worn maybe 3 times in the closet. They're kind of crunchy, like the fabric is crunchy, and one of them, like you can see the glue inside has aged. They're really old, but I mean, they fit fine because they're a little too big. Babe, I'm not helping yet. He's trying to play with toys. He's making a car track. And yeah, I found those, so I packed those up with some socks for me. And I just packed my typical stuff when we're going out in the pandemic. A pouch full of snacks like crackers and stuff. We each had water. Jax was in charge of his, so I gave him a little backpack because he wanted to bring his Switch and can't leave it in an open Jeep. So he's going to help carry his Switch, and I had said, well, you could maybe put it in the glove box without the case because the case wouldn't fit in the glove box, but why don't you try a backpack? But he thought I meant no case in the backpack, and then he chose the worst water cup ever that leaks. So we're like starting our walk, and I just see water pouring out of his backpack, down his legs, onto the floor. I'm like, your Switch is in there. Luckily, I had given him the plastic bag that my sneakers were in to put his Switch in when I realized he had no case. I was like, you can't have that up against your wet water cup. It had a few drops of water on the screen, the outside of the bag drenched. There was a lake in the back of his backpack. So yeah, next time I'm gonna have a little bit more control over him packing up for himself, but he will still be in charge of carrying it. I ended up putting the Switch in my backpack because I had just grabbed an old carry-on laptop backpack, which is way too big and excessive for what we were doing, but the little laptop sleeve came in handy for that. Yeah, so we walked a little from the parking lot slightly through town. I wish we could have walked more and gone into the stores. I've never gone into any of the stores except I think to eat once many years ago. My husband isn't into that, and especially in the pandemic with kids. But they're so cute, little general stores and stuff. But then we walked up some stairs. We had Ziggy with us, so he wasn't thrilled that you could see through them, nor was I, but I'm a big girl. And then you walk across the train bridge to get across the street, and then Sebastian was dead set on climbing up the mountain. I'm like, I don't know how much we'll be able to do, we'll just have to see. And it ended up being me that had to ask for us to turn back. Hills make my heart rate skyrocket. I'm not really supposed to get it up over 135. I regularly do when I exercise, but basically I can notice when it gets over 140. I notice that I'm working. I start to feel like it's hard at 160 beats per minute. At 170 beats per minute, it's hard for me to lift my legs. They feel like sand, and I feel like I have this cough in my lungs, and I have to gasp for air. And at 180, my legs start shaking, and I feel like they're just gonna give out, and I can't breathe at all. And I was right before 180. My legs were shaking. I was not doing good. So yeah, I was like, I can't go on. And we had to turn back. Everybody's happy to go downhill except for my husband, who has a bad knee. And I was suggesting that maybe Sebastian go hiking with his daddy at some point where I won't have to ruin the fun, because uphills are just not good for mommy's heart. But you enjoyed it, right?
Yeah, I like it, but I don't think Gatkin will like.
He's a little scared of falling, that's his thing, and that's okay. Everybody likes different things.
But Mama's planning to have me and Dad on.
Yeah, maybe Daddy suggested Yvonne too. You guys could go hiking. Don't take the dog so that Daddy can hold your hand when he needs to. And yeah, I think you'll really enjoy it. I'd be really jealous because I love nature and I love the woods. It's just hills are not working out for my heart the past few years.
Well, I can grab on to big walk with my hand if I'm almost going to
Yeah,
fall.
so maybe you'll do that in the future, in the spring. After that, we drove home. The Jeep was super windy, and it wasn't even completely top off. It was just the front, but there was a hole like between the roll bar and the window rim that was just like blasting me with cold air the whole time. So next time I need a hat. Baby, you're interrupting. You didn't brush your teeth. But I survived. It wasn't too bad. It's kind of a rough ride because his wheels are unbalanced. He's going to take some time off next week and put in a suspension system all by himself. He's going to start, I think, on our anniversary. St. Patrick's Day is our anniversary, and it's going to be 20 years. I haven't gotten him anything. We don't get each other things for that. So yeah, I don't know. It's like, you just bought a car. What do you need? I can get you a steering wheel cozy. But yeah, we came home. I was super craving tofu, so I ended up just cooking myself some tofu, and they ordered some Italian food for themselves. And yeah, because it's a lot cheaper without an extra adult meal. So Jax was happy because that's his favorite restaurant and his favorite meal. So now we are I went downstairs briefly after dinner, and I did another coat of paint on the outside of the dollhouse kit, and I built a kettle, which now needs to dry because it was not at all dry and everything was slipping around. I need to just not touch it. Now we are here. Sebastian is getting ready for bed. I need to change. Jax is playing Halo with his daddy, so he needs to get up here because it's getting late. And we're gonna just move on with our day. I have no idea what's on the plans besides school tomorrow, but we'll see you then. I hope you are staying safe, and don't forget, wash your hands.